Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm gonna be doing mini twists. This is my favorite hairstyle to do on my hair. I absolutely love them, and I'm gonna show you guys how I did it. So this is like my favorite hair color combination for braidings. It's colors 30 and 33, and then I mix them together like this, and then I obviously pre-part my hair because that just makes the braiding process go faster for me. So I did blow dry my hair for this hairstyle, and yeah, it's actually not necessary, but I find it easier to do my hair when my hair is stretched out. I'm not going to talk much in this video because a lot of what I'm doing is quite self-explanatory and very repetitive. But I do want to mention the fact that mini twists kind of have a bad rap in the natural hair community because a lot of naturals feel like it does damage to your hair, especially if you make them too tight, or if it's not too tight, you might style them and find that you're styling your braids too tight, and that can damage your hair, especially your hairline. And so I understand why a lot of people would not want to wear them or just don't wear them as often, but I do mini twists at least once a year. Like I said, it's my favorite hairstyle to do, as especially if I really need a long break from my hair, then I would just do twists. And I find them easier to wash as opposed to box braids. So when I have mini twists, I can wash them after 3 or 4 weeks, and they dry quite fast. I can wash my hair in the morning on a Saturday, and then by midday my braids would be dry. And usually when I do my hair, I have a whole mirror set up. I'm talking at least 2 mirrors and one handheld mirror, so that I can make sure I can see all sides of my hair and make straight lines. But for this, it wasn't really necessary. I had one mirror and one handheld mirror just to make sure my lines are at least decent, but they didn't have to be straight or anything. I was just kind of feeling around with my hands, making sure my parts are equal just by feeling around with my hands. I usually, when I do twists on my hair, right, my twists kind of unravel. I don't know how I'm doing my twists, but or maybe it's the fiber that it is, because I always use expressions braids, and expressions braids are quite how can I say, they're quite straight, so they're not like fuzzy hair, so they kind of come undone quite easily. But if I do mini twists, my twists don't unravel as easily. So whenever you see me with twists, well, if it's not Mali hair, because with Mali hair, the texture of the hair is so it doesn't unravel quite quickly. But with expressions braids, if I do big twists, I won't even be able to have them in for a whole week. That's why I love mini twists. It's effortless and it's faster. Even the takedown process, it's so much faster than doing box braids. So this is me doing my hair in real time. So this is how fast or how slow it takes me to do my hair. Um, so I would just do box braids for about an inch or an inch and a half, and then I start twisting. So my twist doesn't start all the way from the roots. I start with a box braid, and then I twist my hair. So this took me about 2 days, because when I do my hair, I just take a lot of breaks in between. So usually when people ask me how long does it take you to do your hair, I usually don't know how to answer that, because I take breaks. I take long breaks. So, but I did do start my hair on Saturday, and then I finished. Wait, I think it might have taken me 3 days because I started on the Saturday, the Sunday I did my hair for a bit, and then the Monday my hair still wasn't done. Monday afternoon, when I knocked off, I finished with my hair. But luckily for me, I could have finished this in 2 days or maybe even one day if I really start early in the morning and I don't take as many breaks as I do. But luckily for me, I don't have high density hair. So my head is quite small and I do not have a lot of hair on my head. So that helps and that makes the process not as long. So yeah, for those people who have high density hair, it might take you a bit longer doing these small size braids. And even the takedown process is for me is it's a breeze. It might looks like it can take a while, but like I said, I don't have a lot of hair on my head, so it's not as tedious, so it doesn't take as long. So my hairline is damaged quite a bit, but this is all due to wearing high puffs. Like most girls do when they first go natural. We like to put our afro in a high puff and because it looks cute. So that was my staple hairstyle when I first went natural. And just the fact that it just high puffs gives you an instant facelift. And yeah, I really loved wearing high puffs. I almost wore it every day, and until I saw that it was really doing a number on my edges. And the thing is, you realize too late. So yeah, I'm definitely not doing high puffs as often as I used to. So that was a lesson learned. But I still feel like my hairline is still okay. It's still fine. Um, yeah, just making sure that I don't do any more damage to it. And I know a lot of people might think, well, girl, why are you doing mini twist on your hair? You don't want your hairline to get worse than what it already is. Well, let's talk about how to protect your hair or your hairline from damage when you do have these type of small braids on your hair. So, like I said, I've been wearing single braids and mini twists for a really long time now, and I've learned how to let it not damage my hair. First thing that I do is when I have mini twists like this, for the first week or 2 weeks, I do not style my braids. I don't even tie them. I have these Alice bands, and you would see by the end of the video that I put on my hair just to make sure that it doesn't hang in my face the whole day. But I generally do not style my hair, my braids for the first week or two. I do not tie it. And I make sure that I moisturize my hair a lot. I have this braiding spray and I make sure that I saturate my roots and my hairline with the braiding spray. Well, it's not braiding spray, it's a moisturizing spray. So we all know, or if you don't know by now, that dry hair breaks off quite easily. So you want to make sure that your hair is always moisturized. Another thing you don't want to do is put on too much braiding on a small section of your hair. So when I do my mini twist, I make sure my hair to braiding ratio is a 1-to-1. So I do not use a lot of braids on a small section of hair because the braid will weigh down your hair, and even if you do not make your braids too tight, or you don't tie your hair too tightly. Just the fact that the braid is now hanging heavily on your hair, it might potentially break your hair off. So you want to make sure that even if it just comes to your hairline, make sure you use more of your hair strands and less of the braiding hair, if you really want to ensure that your hairline stays intact, because we all love single braids and we really don't want it to damage our hair. And there are ways to make sure that it doesn't do damage to your hair. So another thing that I've learned not to do was to not put too much hair product on my hair when I do have braids in, because what happens is all that product that you put on your hair might, build up, and so when you take out your braids, your hair looks matted, and it's quite difficult to separate your hair strands, because now all that build up makes it look like your hair has formed some kind of a dreadlock. And so what I do now, I just use a very light moisturizing hairspray to moisturize my hair, and that's about it. I don't use leave-in conditioners and hair foods and all those things on my braids. And for the most part, what I've realized is, if I wash my braids, because I like to keep in my braids for long, so I do have to wash my braids. And so if you are a product junkie and you do use a lot of hair product on your hair, you might want to wash your braids after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and that can help with all the product build up, and so your hair might not be as matted when you take your braids out. But I kind of feel like I'm the only one who still does this, because most women now just go get themselves a braided wig. So this is this is giving early 2000s, and I haven't adopted the whole just put on a wig on your head and go about your day. I'm not a wig person. I don't have any wigs. I don't know. I love the old-fashioned way of doing my hair, and I've seen quite a few. I've seen really cute, really nice-looking braided wigs with the lace in front, with the lace front. So a lot of women are getting that now, as opposed to having to sit in the chair for hours on end. So I don't know if advice is helpful to anyone, because I feel like I'm the only one still doing this. A lot of people might think, it's so boring having to sit for so long just doing your hair and doing nothing else. Well, this is like my favorite time to spend with myself, because I love watching documentaries, I love watching stand-up comedies, and I love listening to podcasts. So this is now really time where I get to sit with myself and not just do my hair, but do my favorite things, like, because I've watched quite a few documentaries while doing my hair. I listened to 1 or 2 podcasts, and yeah, I also watch some stand-ups, and yeah, it is not as boring as people might think it is. So yeah, I was really entertained while doing my hair. I love listening to audiobooks and podcasts, especially because these things don't require you to have your eyes on the screen at all. So yeah, sometimes I need to concentrate and look at what I'm doing on my head. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily like watch a movie or watch a series while doing my hair. I'd prefer to do things that don't require me to look on my screen. Okay, I'm done talking. Please enjoy the rest of the video, and yeah, see you next time.